You like that? Put that on your favorite. It never works in my favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Why don't we all gather a little closer? We don't have a microphone. This is an exciting day. So it's my pleasure to share with you, the residents of Bridgewater, indeed all the South Shore, the exciting news that one-time Bridgewater resident teacher Stephen Sander, through his company Hollyburn Properties Limited, is making two major gifts to our community, totaling $1.2 million in combined value. This investment will be made in two major projects, one overseen by the Health Services Foundation of the South Shore and the other by the South Shore Regional Education Center and the Bridgewater Elementary School Playground Committee. To tell you more about each of these exciting projects, I'd like to begin by inviting the board chair at Health Services Foundation. So Phil, why don't you come on up? I didn't see Cheryl, so she's with patients, I guess, so come on up. You are the chair of the South Shore Regional Health Services Foundation, and I'd like you to share the good news about your project.
So as Mayor Mitchell suggested, my name is Phil Bradfield, and I am the chair of the Health Services Foundation. Welcome everybody today. This is a wonderful crowd. Kids, everything, on a beautiful day, so thank you for your time today. So on behalf of the Health Services Foundation, I would like to thank the Sander family for their very kind donation and support of our MIS project at South Shore Regional Hospital. Over the last several months, through the discussions with the family, we heard how appreciative Mr. Sanders was for the opportunity both the school and the town gave him as he started his life here in Canada. I stand here humbled by the generosity Mr. Sanders and his family have shown in giving back to our community. This is our largest donation to date. The MIS, or Minimal Invasive Suite, is a project to renovate and upgrade technology within one of our operating suites at South Shore Regional. The genesis of this project started a couple years ago when the Health Authority approached the Foundation, indicating we were the last regional site within the province without an MIS suite. Given the benefits this gives to both our residents and physicians here on the South Shore, the Foundation has fully embraced this project, and this project is our largest to date at $1.4 million. The planning for the project has started by the Nova Scotia Health Authority, and the expected completion will be the winter of 2019. Again, many thanks to the Sander family. This donation will be a tremendous benefit to our residents of the South Shore. Now, we were expecting Dr. Cheryl Pugh. She's one of our physicians, surgeons at the hospital, and she was tied up in clinic, and she was hoping she was going to be here to talk a little bit more about MIS, but unfortunately she's not. So I'll turn it back over to Mayor Mitchell.
Fantastic. Next, I'd like to call upon Travis Vaughn and representatives from the Bridgewater Elementary School Playground Committee to come forward and talk in detail about the investment they're receiving today, thanks to Mr. Sander and his family.
Wait for the honor. Sure. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. And thank you to the Town of Bridgewater and to Patrick Hurdle, especially Communications Coordinator for the Town of Bridgewater, for supporting us through this process. And of course, congratulations to the Health Services Foundation on receiving their fantastic donation. As David Mitchell said, I'm Travis Vaughn, Bridgewater Elementary School Playground Committee member and parent. Standing beside me are the two chairs, co-chairs of the committee, Marcy Rogers and Megan Comstock. Megan and Marcy are also both teachers as well as parents from BES, and they've given many hours of their time and energy helping to get our committee to this point today. And of course, our group of eager and excited young BES students. As you can see, we also brought along our fundraising thermometer, currently set at $170,000. And now, while my helpers work on the new total, I just want to elaborate on the importance and impact of this incredible contribution. Approximately 1 year ago, the BES playground was stripped to bare pavement in most sections as the existing equipment was deemed unsafe and rotten. Very quickly, a small group of dedicated teachers and parents took action, most of whom are actually in attendance here today and formed a committee. And for that, thank you very much. And the planning began on a rebuild project. To avoid the mistakes of the past, a planning company was brought in to give everyone an idea of budgetary needs and to map out the end result. Ultimately, we were left with a number nearing $500,000 to adequately install a playground and community park. Through various fundraisers and grants, we were slowly climbing the ladder. However, if you know anything about fundraising in small towns, funding is limited and the competition is definitely fierce. Then this past fall came a newspaper article about a man named Stephen Sander, who started his Canadian journey in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, around 1960, and how he had a desire to repay the town that opened its arms for him and helped him on his way to becoming one of Canada's most successful real estate investors. The story of Stephen Sander is one that clearly defines our country. We welcome immigrants with open arms to improve their lives, and in return they contribute to making our country a better place to live. In most of those cases, those same people are rewarded by enjoying a lifestyle free of the dangers that are all too common in places throughout the world. Mr. Sander made Canada his new home, and after traveling from coast to coast, he settled in British Columbia and fulfilled his Canadian dream. This is just a small sample of Stephen's incredible life, and I do invite everyone to further research his journey from India to Canada, as it's a remarkable tale. Mr. Sander, his daughter Karen, other family members, as well as members of his company, Hollyburn Properties Limited, made the connection from his time teaching in Bridgewater to our need for funding, and have been more than gracious working with our committee to ensure phase 1 of our project will be completed over the next few months. During Karen's recent visit to the area, she noted repeatedly that her father feels that thank yous and gratitude should be coming from him to the people of Bridgewater, and not the reverse, which again speaks volume of his values and of his character. The first phase of the playground project includes items such as natural play features, an outdoor classroom, traditional play equipment, painted games, landscaping, planting, and several site amenities. We will also be doing a significant amount of groundwork. With his donation, Mr. Sander will directly improve both the health and well-being of the BES students and the local community, as various playgroups, daycares, and individuals use the grounds throughout the year. The members of the BES Playground Committee are beyond grateful for this sizable donation, as combined with our group's other fundraising efforts, the obstacle and providing a new facility and community park will be attainable in much less time than previously anticipated. With that, I would like to show our new fundraising level at $370,000.
Thank you, Travis. This is the part where I'm unleashed without a script, but I promise I'll be very, very brief because it's a beautiful day and nobody wants to listen to me after those exciting announcements. Obviously, we are quite grateful to the Sander family and Hollyburn Investments for these generous gifts. I don't think it can be understated how incredible this story is, and I'm not sure that if it was scripted in a movie, it would be believable. For a young man to come to small town Nova Scotia from overseas, to be welcomed in the way that he was, at a time and in communities where, let's face it, we weren't always the most welcoming. But the community not only welcomed him, not only embraced him, but made such an impact on his life that decades later, he has never forgotten his few years in Bridgewater, and in fact made a $1.2 million investment in the community that set him up and set him on his journey out west to be the successful person that he has become. I think it's important to remember that whether it's a refugee from Syria or Afghanistan or just someone new in our community, how important it is to just say hello and just to reach out to that person. Be a friend. You never know the impact that's going to have on their life and on the community. And as we've seen with this, in some cases it can have a transformative impact. It's going to make our children not only happier, obviously, right? But healthier. This is a community playground. It's going to make the lives of patients, the work of our surgeons easier. And all because the community welcomes them. So I just want to say, as mayor of the town of Bridgewater, and I know that former Mayor Walker's here and he would echo these words, I am so proud of the people of the town of Bridgewater, way back in the 60s, who welcomed this gentleman with open arms. And today, we see how important that is. So thank you for coming. Thank you to the work of the BES Playground Committee, of South Shore Health Services Foundation, and the community at large for all the work you've done. Thank you.